Okay, welcome back. Last time we left, I showed my first video of just an overall view of everything that was growing here in Central Florida and Lutz. And now I was going to show you the actual pink guava tree with the pink guava on it, but I did not get to this video in time and we had to pull that fruit off and eat it. But we will get back to that in another time. So today I wanted to show you the Barbados Cherry tree, also known as the acerola tree, and it's actually more of a bush for the most part. And we planted this about a little bit more than a year ago. I had it in a pot 6 months prior and then got it into the ground last March of 2018, and we actually started getting fruit on it right away. And now, as you can see, we have more fruit here in the month of May of 2019. And this tree has been very productive, actually. We've had like about 3 or 4 yields back in 2018. And now here in the end of April and May of 2019, we have a lot of fruit on this tree. It's doing very well. And this tree is really known for being in Central America, South America, certain Caribbean places like Puerto Rico, Cuba, and here in Central Florida it does very well. We had a cold winter this past 2019 and the tree did very well. We had like about 38 up to like 36 degrees and to actually 34 degrees, almost close to freezing. And this tree held out pretty well, so it's done good. It can handle some cold. When they're young, you want to maybe protect it a little bit, but as they get a little bit more mature, they can handle the cold a little bit better. But it did well. We've got a good yield this year, and these are close to, I guess, similar to like the Suriname cherry tree, but not quite the same. These have a lot of vitamin C per one of the cherries, and they have 3 seeds in them. Every fruit that you pick will have 3 seeds in them, and they are got some good flavor to them. The more red you let them get, the darker they get, the sweeter. They do have a slight tangy taste to them, but they are good. I do enjoy them, and the vitamin C content is excellent. For one of these fruits you can get close to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, which is pretty good. Let me taste one of these. Excellent. That's a good taste. I like it. So these trees are very productive. They put out several yields. Last year we had about 3 different yields off of it, and this year it's doing very well again. I fertilize it with initially a 10-10-10, and I go to a 2-10-10 after that to focus on the actual fruit production. And this tree doesn't need a whole lot of pruning. You can prune it to shape it whichever way you want. This one seems to be one that's spreading out instead of growing tall. And there's, depending on what you have, some of them will grow a little bit taller, others will spread out. This one seems to be spreading out. I've done minor pruning to it, and I will do a little bit more pruning probably when we get close to the fall, when it stops producing fruit, which is the better time to prune on it. So this is what we have. I'm really happy with this tree. It's been very well. Works very well for me. It's been very productive. And we have another tree over here. And here's the guava tree, the pink guava we talked about last time. We'll get back to that another time. But here's another Barbados cherry tree. I put it in the ground about 3 weeks ago, and it's very healthy. It's doing well, and I'm assuming sometime this year it will give us yield the cherries. We'll focus on that again, and we'll come back and talk about that. You know, growing fruit on your own instead of buying it at the grocery store. We still buy fruit at the grocery store, but growing certain fruits that you don't find at the grocery store is really an awesome thing. I mean, this is what it's really all about, is getting close to God's creation, so that God created all the seed-bearing fruit trees and gave them to man to consume. And this is really what it's all about. This is awesome. This is God's proof that He created this. And just to actually pick your own fruit off the tree is really awesome. It's just no way to explain the feeling when you put a tree in the ground, you fertilize it, you prune it, you water it, you do all the care that's needed to make it produce fruit, and then you come out in the morning or different parts of the day. I work from home, and it's pretty awesome. I can come out here during the day on my breaks and on my lunch break and pick fruit off my tree. This is awesome. It's really nothing like it. Planting your own fruit trees and picking the fruit is just an awesome thing to do. So again, I encourage everybody to start planting and put a tree in the ground, something that you like. I always recommend that what you do is you buy at least 2 trees of something you like and plant the trees in different parts of the garden. What I found is that sometimes one tree in one part of the garden will do very well and the other will do moderately. And it's just one of those things. There's no rhyme or reason, but you get 2 trees to try to get the most fruit that you can. And in case one does average, the other may do better. But it's great. It's really a great feeling to see the fruit of your labor, to work on it, to prune them, to water them, to fertilize them, and then see the fruit on the tree and get to pick it. There's nothing like it. So anyway, go ahead and keep planting, keep growing. I encourage everybody to do that. And until next time, we'll take a look at another tree with some fruit bearing. Until then, keep growing and be blessed.